Well, nothing like another perfect day out in the wilderness to be able to test out gear for you guys. Welcome, folks, to another episode here at Gideon's Tactical. I am your host, Aaron, and today we're looking at the 511 Rapid Quad Zip Pack. And I'll tell you folks, when I first got my hands on this, I was at the local 511 store, I was playing with it, getting my hands on it, running around, you know, the zippers and stuff, and going like, yeah, there's some cool aspects to it. Yeah, there's some things I probably won't like to it. I had no idea that this has the potential to quadruple your capability in your EDC, everyday carry, as well as day pack size range. Well, after all that fun and all that snow, we're back here in the backyard where we're gonna break this pack down for you today. But I wanna give you a price point here real quick. This thing's gonna run about $90. We're gonna have links in the description below over to Amazon and BLADEHQ. They both carry 511 gear. So at the end of this video, if you guys see value in this pack or some of the other gear we've discussed and run in alongside it, when you guys use those hyperlinks, helps me get out there, purchase gear just like this, went out and bought this bad boy so that we can do this video for you guys. So I really appreciate when you guys use those hyperlinks for this gear or any other gear that we offer to you here on a regular basis. It helps us continue to do what we do. But for that $90 price point, under 100 bucks, you're gonna get a lot of value, you're getting a lot of durability, and you're getting a lot of functionality that we're gonna see today as we break this pack down. So let's go ahead and take a look. So I'll hit a few specs here with you on the bag itself. We are looking at 600 denier polyester, which is the similar material that they've been using. They don't use Cordura fabric. I would have liked to see that, and 511 doesn't really do that. I'd love to see that in the future. 600 denier I think is perfect. It's not overkill like 1,000 or 1,010 that 511 usually does. You know, it's not like 300 like a lot of, you know, lightweight hiking day packs. It's just nice hybrid, very tough, very durable all the way around. Again, no wearing, no issues whatsoever. Somewhat water resistant with all the wet snow that we had with some of the testing. The outer pouches seem to collect a little bit more with the water, but the interior with some of the plastic liner and stuff seem to do really well. And our dimensions here are going to be 27 liters, 20 inches high, which I love, 11 inches wide, and 7 inches deep when fully expanded. So really, really good size. I'm really digging it. It's very, very versatile. And some other aspects to the pack, they do have 4 different color combinations right now. They're kind of going away from the full tactical. They do have one version that's like a hybrid tan and OD green, and then they have like a light blue, which I think would be great for females, or those of you just really wanting to stay low profile. They do just have the black with some kind of gray color, and then they have this one which they call Claymore, which is kind of a hybrid gray. It's not a full wolf. It almost has some like indigo in it, and then kind of a tan green, OD green color kind of mixed combo there. So on the pack, they wanted to kind of give it a hybrid feel, I believe, not going full tactical like the Rush series, but not being totally low profile like, say, the Covert 18 is. So they give you one wall of MOLLE here on the back, which I found very versatile, and I sometimes use it, sometimes I don't, depending on my loadout and what I have to carry that particular day. And it's 6 stages to the side and 6 stages high. Give you a little perspective there. This is the 511 Ignitor 6.5 pouch that I've been using as my medical kit recently. Fits perfectly there. And then, you know, if I don't have a lot of space being taken up in the bag, I'll just disconnect this, throw it in there. So a few things I want to run in the Rush 12 compared to the Rapid, just give you some examples here. First off, obviously way more tacked out on all the sides, and it's going to be a more rigid bag. The one thing, and this will either probably make or break it for a lot of you, this is not a very rigid bag, the Rapid. It's got a lot of flexibility, which I think is great for, you know, either cinching down or opening up. Some of you may hate that, but I mean, unless you're resting up against something, it is going to totally fall over and kind of it's more of a bag than it is a rigid pack, if that makes sense. Then one other thing I just wanted to kind of touch on here as we flip these guys around, very similar, you know, in the sense of good padding and, you know, good shoulder straps, but you'll notice that on the older design, and you know, this has been around a long time, the Rush 12 has a yoke system here where the shoulder straps come in and it's yoked, and there's not a lot of movement or flexibility there, and again, just kind of more of a rigid system, whereas that's not the case on the Rapid. They are independently attached here, really super strong webbing, can definitely hold a lot of weight for an extended period of time, but they're totally independent. And so just going off of that whole rigid idea, again, this is going to be basically your rigid piece right here that has some rigidness to it. All the rest of it, all the sides are very flexible, moldable. Again, a pro or a con depending on who you are. I tend to actually really like it. Gives me a lot of capability out of the bag, but you're not going to have as much structure. As we go along here, you kind of got this seam down the middle, giving it some more reinforcement. Huge breathable mesh, a lot different again than the Rush 12 and a lot of those tactical packs where there's just not a lot of breathability. There's some channels, but this is much more breathable, and you're going to get that same material on the shoulder straps, which hold the weight, which I've done, particularly in the video you've seen with the Tomahawk. That was about 15 pounds. I would say that's about max. I wouldn't start putting more than 15. 20 would be absolute limit for me with this type of pack, but they do have a lot of adjustability in the shoulder straps. For me being a larger guy, I like that a lot at 6'2" and about 215. And it is gonna have the stackable or stageable shoulder strap for the sternum, so you can move that sternum strap up and down, which is great, or completely take it off, which is what I do when I EDC it around town. I don't like to have it there dangling around, so I love that. And then when I need it, and some of the hiking that you saw or the snowboarding, boom, I cinch that thing on and we're good to go. And you can also use it for secondary, you know, attachments here. The staging is MOLLE compatible. I have a hard Hazard 4 sunglass case. I don't usually carry it there on a shoulder strap, but I just wanted to kind of show you what are some other capabilities, as well as being able to run your water bladder hose through either side. Totally ambidextrous. You are going to get your quick release tabs here if you needed to dump the bag real quick. You can do that, and those are UTX Flex clips all around, which are really high quality and really durable. Now the cool thing is that it does have its own water bladder port, which is attached here with these two Velcro pieces. And again, that kind of rigid foam in there. You open that bad boy up, you got that hanger attachment, so you can attach your water bladder and it won't sink down to the bottom. You can easily get, you know, a 2-liter water bladder in there. And then there is a secondary Velcro panel wall down in there that you can carry a spare mag or pistol if you wanted to, and carry it that way in the bag itself. And you can purchase separately from Premier. I just found this out recently. Premier Body Armor does have a Stage 3A body armor insert that will fit perfectly. They've measured out the dimensions of all 511 as well as, I believe, Vertex bags, and we'll have links in the description below. If you do want a body armor plate, they're about 1.5 pounds, which is pretty lightweight, and they're about $175. It will perfectly fit either inside the water bladder sleeve or will fit inside the laptop sleeve that we'll look at. And I just want to hit with you again real quick, just the durability, really good stitching, really massive, good grab handle right there that I could do a lot of things with, sewn over. They just really did a good job. All the stitching in here is really well done. Box weaved here, then these two independent points right here, which really seem to grip my back well. So now there's two organizational pouches on the exterior for you to grab access to. I think they did a really good job thinking that through. So the first one here is up at the top. I have a little Night Eyes twist tie here. YKK zippers throughout with good little pull tabs, fantastic. Have never caught on me any issues like that. They've overbuilt the main ones, great YKK zippers. But we open this guy up, just a dump pouch. I carry like my gum and, you know, deodorant and floss and a couple other items in there, but pretty large, beefy, that you can get a lot of gear in. This is just kind of a quick dump pouch, throw a crap in there, pull it out. You don't really have to worry about organizing. Then right below that here is a larger admin pouch. I have quite a lot in there. They do have enough room for 2 pens, then some larger pouches that you can get like hand sanitizer and sunscreen. So then we'll go ahead and hit interior organization. We'll come back out to compression and talk some final thoughts here in a little bit, and the 4-zipper system and what I think about that, pros and cons. But as we keep the organization theme going here. What they have is a mesh pocket up here, very versatile. I have a lot of stuff in here, very large, and they have a lower zipper as well, and that will go into the quad zip system here in a little bit, so you can get to the bottom as well and don't have to rummage through all the way to the bottom. I kind of like that feature. Again, we'll discuss more in a little bit. Then we have a larger pouch down here that I carry battery packs and food and even a little Bluetooth speaker for some tunage. Then we have our sleeve for a 15-inch laptop. I have a 17-inch laptop, so I actually have to carry it on the exterior, but this little pouch is perfect. You know, you got your little tab here so the stuff isn't falling all out. Really nice and padded. They got it off the ground a little bit, so if you were to accidentally drop this, at least you'd have a little give and a little protection there. Perfect size though for my full-size iPad Air with a keyboard and a full-size Bible. I like reading stuff old school way, but can easily use that access right there, and then I can still get my full-size laptop and its pouch in here and have room to spare. And finally, right down here, I love this feature. They have done a mesh pouch with an elastic band that can easily fit my 48-ounce Nalgene, and that is what I've been rocking to work lately, and it will fit perfectly in there. 32-ounce Nalgene's no problem. Your slimmer water bottles absolutely work, and I like that aspect that they've given us a designated pouch in the interior of the bag. We'll discuss the pros and cons of that here in just a moment, but they've done that on one side of the bag. Would have liked to see that, you know, dual for smaller water bottles or just different options to organize stuff. On this other wall here, there's nothing going on. But I love that they made it big enough and designed it in such a way so that it fits those larger Nalgenes if you wanted to, which is a ton of water and very versatile. So now again, they're named the Rapid Quad Zip. So there are 4 zippers giving you 270 degrees of zippable space. So there's lots of options on how to get into the bag. Now, to be honest, I don't really use this feature a whole lot. Every once in a while I will, maybe 1 out of 10 times trying to get into the bag, but it is a cool feature to have. It doesn't hinder the bag in any way and is really interesting. So you got these large YKK zippers. They'll go all the way down to here. You're gonna have the exact same mirror image on the other side. And so these will unzip here, and then you have this pass through to be able to get into the contents of the pouch. If you have a smaller water bottle, it makes it super easy to just zip open, pull your water bottle right out, then zip it right back into place, or just get into the other contents that you may want. And that's where that lower zipper that we looked at, the little mesh pouch, would work. You could get into the lower part of the bag. I have these 2 other zippers, which is what I use about 90% of the time. Again, very large YKK that pull, and I have a very large opening that'll hit these compression straps, these upper ones here. And I have a large access to the interior of the bag, including the water bottle, my laptop, my other stuff in here, as well as this upper organizational pouch that we looked at a little earlier. So, and I really like that aspect, giving me a lot of access to my bag and my contents, and really only that lower organization where the Bluetooth speaker was and my food is really the only pocket that I really have to dig into anywhere on the bag. So the organizational access is super quick, super easy, and I really like that. And so you're gonna have these matching compression straps on either side. Again, as I said, this lower one, you'll never have to worry about interfering with the zippers. This one up here, 90% of the time, I never even have to disengage it, only if I'm having to get into that very bottom and I can't seem to, and it's pretty stuffed out with other stuff, do I need to disengage this. And the compression straps work really well. And this is what I love about the bag as we kind of blend into, concept and how you're gonna use the bag. If you're not carrying a lot of gear, and you have it all organized, you can really cinch this sucker down to basically be as wide as a Nalgene bottle. I mean, that's about how thin you can make this, or completely, because they've given you a lot, and you can see how this is kind of folding over on itself. I mean, I can really uncinch that thing and loosen this bad boy up and give me a lot of extra stuffable space. So depending on how I need to use the bag, if I'm traveling, I mean, I could get probably about a weekend's worth of clothes in here and all the gear that you have seen without any problem. I could get like 2 pairs of, 511 Apex pants that I love. I could get like 2 t-shirts. I could get a couple pairs of socks and underwear, and all the gear that we have already looked at inside the bag. So I really like that. And then if not, and we're maybe on the slopes and we're skiing, we're snowboarding, we're doing just a light day hike, and I don't really have a lot of gear, I can cinch these suckers back down, really compress the bag and get it really tight up against my body, and there's no issue. And I really like that, because some of the other bags that we've looked at, there's no real compressibility, or if there is, it's minimal, and doesn't actually expand or collapse the bag in this type of crossover tactical everyday carry type of bag. We don't normally see that. They're pretty rigid, they're pretty boxy, and they're not very cross compatible. And I think the compression straps, along with just the layout and flexibility of the bag, give it a lot of versatility. Well, there you have it, folks. I really hope this video has shown you what the capabilities of this pack are. I think this has modularity and just quadrupling, literally like 4 times. You know, usually when I test out a pack, it's like, yeah, this is an EDC bag. I don't want to go hiking with it, and I definitely don't want to go snowboarding with it. And there's some other aspects I don't want to do with it, you know, or maybe, yeah, this is more of like an assault pack, tactical pack. Yeah, it's great for that type of thing and maybe bugging out, but I don't want to carry it around town. And I definitely don't want to take it on the slopes. Or maybe you're like, yeah, there's a, you know, an adventure bag that's great for hiking and snowboarding, but man, taking it around town is just not laid out for that. This has the potential to do all of that for you and really extend the usability of one pack, which is awesome. And I think 511 is going in a great direction in this layout and design. So guys, thank you so much for coming over here today. I hope this video has helped you out, show you what this rapid quad zip pack can do. As always, check us out on all the relevant social media. We're throwing up stuff there all the time. Links below: Facebook, Instagram, and several other social media accounts. And finally, guys, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.